Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. But don't you cry now. Boom, 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 boom. What's up, guys? Welcome to Philly Sports Network. As you may have guessed, the Philadelphia Eagles might have just claimed a running back by the name of Kerryon Johnson. And if you think I've been waiting 3 or 4 years to do that, you are goddamn right. The Eagles claimed Kerryon Johnson after he was placed on waivers by the Detroit Lions last week. Here is everything you need to know. Before we get into it, if you've somehow survived that song, make sure you leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, guys, new episode of the Outside Insider podcast is coming soon. It was meant to be tonight, and then this happened as I was about to start recording it, so it's been delayed just a little bit, but it's coming. Johnson was a second-round pick out of Auburn back in the 2018 NFL Draft and immediately had a significant impact on the Lions. It looked as though they had finally found their franchise running back until the injury concerns caught up with him. He had a torn meniscus, he had a grade 1 sprain on his knee, he injured the ankle on the same leg, the hamstring on the same leg. Over the course of 3 years, he's amassed 1,225 yards and 8 touchdowns, but most of those came in his first 2. In fact, all but 187, which he then amassed in 2020. And believe it or not, shockingly, that was the only season he'd been fully healthy for. And even that was because he'd been relegated to a change of pace back. It just looks as though injuries slowed Johnson down. And it's really frustrating because he was a very explosive downhill runner. Someone that was just as lethal catching the ball as he was running it. In 2020, Adrian Peterson entered the fold and averaged 3.9 yards per carry, immediately nudging him back down the pecking order. That explosiveness just wasn't there anymore, and he averaged 3.5 yards per carry behind the same offensive line. Meanwhile, DeAndre Swift, who they'd only previously drafted, averaged a whopping 4.6. So you can see the difference there. It was easy for the Lions to move on. Then they go and sign Jamal Williams, and they go and draft Jamal Jefferson. So there's just no place for him in that backfield anymore. But the Eagles have found a haven for him, and he's going to be challenging Jordan Howard for that RB3 spot. While he's great with the ball in his hands, and he does have some fantastic second gearing to his game, there are some concerns, obviously, about durability, and the fact that he may have lost a lot of that explosiveness, a lot of what made him so great as a burstful running back on third down, just through the injuries. So now he will be competing, as I said, head-on-head with Jordan Howard. He's a running back coming off injuries himself. He signs a very cheap deal with the Eagles to come back for rodeo number 3 in the hopes that he can get back to his best in 2019. Now, the Eagles obviously drafted Kenny Gainwell out of Memphis. He's going to very much replace that Boston Scott role, but add some of that downhill burst as well, being that change of pace back behind Sanders. What the Eagles need is a real third down thumper, someone at the goal line to punch in and really make defenders just punished, and really just punish defenders, meet them at the hole and kind of drive that pile forward. Hopefully that's what Kerryon Johnson would be able to do. But a long training camp ahead of him. He's got to A, prove he can be healthy, B, actually get back to his best, and C, then outperform Jordan Howard. Again, these are two backs, similar style contracts, similar style players, very much playing for their long-term futures here. So it'll be very interesting to see how this backfield shakes out. Whether the Eagles go forward with 3 running backs in Sanders, Gainwell, and maybe Kerryon Johnson, or they do go with Jordan Howard. There's no guarantee he makes the roster, but it's at least fun to hypothesize. A lot of juice still to be squeezed out of Kerryon Johnson if he's still healthy. The guy isn't even 24 years old yet. He's got a long career ahead if he can just shake that injury-prone bug, if he can just find a way to stay a little bit more healthy and in a minimized role. Maybe that's what he needed. Maybe with a full off-season and a minimized role, the wear and tear isn't as much. He can hit the ground running, if you pardon the pun, next season. But let me know what you think of the move, guys, down in the comment section below. From myself, Liam Jenkins, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.